Yeah, I can make a quick update about our project's progress, and then we can cover some. So I will do this update for some guys who are watching this call afterwards. There are some guys, and then we can cover some internal questions if there are any, and yeah, we'll see. So yeah, if you have some, what you were gonna say, John?
Nothing. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So let's start. So welcome everyone to the 15th community call dedicated to Atomica liquidation markets. And right now we are preparing for our upcoming release, which includes integration with NoSafe and compounds. Actually, I told this during the previous call, and right now our team is focused on fixing bugs and polishing user interface, so you can use this in the most convenient way possible and safely. So like we expect the release optimistically like in the nearest day. And briefly, the integration with GNOS-Safe, right now it's more like integration for perspective features, but right now it provides some enhanced security for liquidity providers and opportunity to use out of the box various modules of GNOS-Safe, which in a long-term perspective will benefit for all users of Atomica. And with compounds, idea of integration is pretty straightforward. Basically, it allows to get some passive income when there are not many auctions, and also to boost the yield, we will sell all mined comp tokens automatically, increasing the like general API. So this is briefly about upcoming release. Also, it includes some changes to auctions participating mechanics to make it more efficient, and all other collaterals which are not stable coins are also included for this release. So yes. And also, right now we are working on some interesting concepts for liquidation markets v2. We are considering how to tackle some specifics of this market and products, and so both LPs and DeFi players like money markets and collaterals, which are actively being added to money markets, can benefit from Atomica liquidation markets. Right now we are finalizing this concept, and we are working on to so it would be the next release. So basically these are all the main updates from our side, and yeah, we can cover some questions from call participants. Maybe you guys wanna discuss something, we can have it like very like cozy internal discussion. Maybe some questions to, yeah, any questions you might wanna cover. So yeah, Renat.
Yeah, would you have any UIs to show, or maybe we can keep this call short and outline some of the most important questions that if someone would listen to this call, how they can participate, and what are the opportunities for the community to get involved.
You mean the UI of this upcoming release? Yes.
Yeah, basically our timeline, when to expect, and what are the current yields, and like what's the point of using putting the funds into this new version now versus the existing version that doesn't yield much. So what can you expect, and what's the source of the yield specifically, like when there would be who pays for gas, like some of the basic questions that could help me understand. Let's say, for example, should I put my funds in there now, and why now? Why not wait until there are big liquidations, right?
Yeah, sure. I can elaborate on all of those questions. So basically, the first question was when to expect the upcoming release. Our team expects to have this release tomorrow, but optimistically to not providing promises on the nearest day, meaning this week. We are on the final stage of testing, and it would be available for LP to join the pool, and all the previous LPs of the MakerDAO liquidation market #1, they should migrate their funds, and we developed very convenient way to do this. So yeah, that's the question #1. The question #2: why should you join the market, and what are the expected yield? So yes, so in the worst scenario, if there are no active auctions, which might be considering the bull market, but actually it's interesting debatable question, because right now there are some local corrections, and with this rapid market increasing, surely there are liquidations more than were for few last month when it was flat market. So yeah, if we even consider the situation that was on Sunday, when the ETH was dropped from 415 to even I guess 320 on futures market. So yeah, there is this volatility is really high, so we can expect liquidations. And so I started from the worst scenario. So current APY for DAI lending is 3.2%, and we can add a little for comp liquidity mining. Can provide the exact numbers right now. So, but basically it will vary from 3 to 4%, and plus profits from liquidations, which is really hard to forecast, because I told several times during the calls and so community questions, it depends on the market situation, whether there is a volatility or a market drop down and competition. But we analyzed the data. Our team did a very cool analysis. So basically, one keeper can expect the profits from 15 to 120 API. It's very. I understand that it's not.
And that is during during periods of liquidations, or
that's
overall.
That's annualized data based on historical data what we have for all MCD existence.
Okay, and the this is for continuous deployment of capital, or is this is only for the deployment of capital, like during the periods of liquidations?
Well, it considers all the liquidations that occurred, but
okay, got it. Okay,
yes,
and so that assumes that it's continuous. So if based on the number of days where there were a lot of liquidations, let's say some months there is nothing, but then a year it happens X number of times. So for if the next 12 months will be similar to the previous year or two, right, then it should be within this range of 50 to 150, right?
Yeah, but as I told, it's really hard to predict. But yes, and also it's worth to mention that this data excludes any passive income, and in fact, all the keepers they participate in other arbitrage or any other profit opportunities. So yeah, but it's only isolated liquidations profits. But it's like,
okay, got it.
yes.
All right, that's fine. All right, and another question. I don't know if you finished. I will have another one.
Yeah. Also, you asked why I should join right now, but not later. It's a good question, and we should consider the specifics of the product and that liquidation occur like a few times a year, which can provide huge profits. But why not just join during this liquidation? It's a legit question, and that's why our team right now working on incentive model how to reward early commerce in opposite for this like farmers during the huge liquidations amounts day. Can't provide any specifics, but yeah, we are working on this. So we will. It's in our backlog, and so yeah, it will be deployed in the next releases. But right now, no any estimates for this. But yes.
Okay, great. And then my last question is, out of the pipeline of potential new venues where to liquidate, assuming that people talk about the bull market right now, and it's kind of like we're more likely to have a continuous year or two of bull market without, Black Thursdays happening in the next, 3-6 months, right? Rather versus like probability of, okay, we're in a downtrend in general, right? So with this in mind, it's probably that the attractiveness of the liquidation markets that are centered around liquidation of collateral used in money markets is probably not as good as it would be if it will be a more like if you would have liquidations for that would be triggered by a very big run ups, which also the case, for example, with Aave, but it's not the case with Maker, right? What other than Aave, what are the venues which are candidates? Maybe it's a small market, but these liquidations are profitable in when markets are going up, like shorts, right? Like, what are the candidates, and what do you guys think about it?
Yeah, I can list some venues. It was finding of John, and the idea is, so basically the derivatives market is trending topic right now, and venues like synthetics and UMA, so our perspective from this standpoint. I mean, synthetics, they like recently, I guess 1 month ago, they added liquidation mechanism finally, and UMA they had test liquidation on Friday. So basically, maybe John, you can elaborate on this. So, but yeah, these are promising venues that they also are like they need this liquidation ecosystem players. So yeah, maybe John, you can add something because you was diving into these markets.
Sure. Yeah, I think there's good potential with UMA because they have a standardized protocol that people try to kind of launch products off of, each of which can have its own collateralization, different assets and kind of like logic behind it. So I think they will need kind of specialized. They could definitely benefit from specialized liquidation services. and having ample liquidity available. So that if you're someone who's trying to use UMA to launch a product or a feature or service, having some assurances or some knowledge that there's a pool participating in your liquidations, I think it'd be valuable to them. So I think because it's somewhat fragmented markets on top of one protocol, I think it's pretty pretty good opportunity there. Synthetics is still pretty new into the liquidation game, so they probably wouldn't mind having some assurances as well, as far as knowing that there's a pool of assets ready to participate. So haven't done too much digging on the synthetic side specifically, but definitely something that I think should be prioritized.
Okay, understood. All right, thanks.
Vadim, you mentioned, that there will be a need to migrate while adding new features in the pool. So that means that there will be a new pool deployed after this release. And could you cover this in more detail, please?
Yeah, definitely. So you were correct. There is a new market deployed. Basically, it would be MakerDAO liquidation market with all this feature set that were mentioned earlier. So basically, the new pool would be redeployed using Gnosis Safe multisig. It will support integration with Compound and providing passive income, and all this liquidation mechanics improving, and all these features won't be supported at the market number 1. So, and it won't be supported any longer. So we disabled deposits on UI side. Surely we can't permit doing this on the contracts level, but yeah, from UI we blocked this ability, and we are adding some few convenient buttons to make this migration in a seamless way. So yeah, I hope this is a comprehensive answer to your question.
Well, basically, I should migrate myself, so I should make some actions on UI to, let's say, withdraw my funds from an old pool and transfer them to the new pool.
Yeah, so basically, there are 2 ways. You can do it manually. You can withdraw your assets and rejoin to other pool, but we added opportunity to do it like in one click. Basically, there is a migrate button, and there are like 3 methods included. Basically, it's withdrawing funds from the first pool, enabling opportunity to interact with the second pool, and supplying assets to the second market.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, sure. This guide will be available in separate blog posts, and you can read it pretty easily to do. But yeah, sure.
Nice. Thank you at all.
Great. Are there any other questions? If no, I guess we can wrap up. So I guess it would be interesting to hear the updates. I mean, anyone who missed the community call can check the updates, listen to this video. And yeah, we're
looking forward to the near release.
Yeah, definitely. We are excited about this release, and moreover about the next releases. So yeah, a lot of work to be done. So yeah,